So you've improved your belly dancing, you're now an awesome belly dancer, and you are ready to do a first solo performance or your first performance where you have to choose the music. Which brings us to the question, what on earth are you going to dance to? In this video, I am going to give you 4 different things to think about when choosing music and 6 different ways that you can find an awesome song for your performance. So hi Shimmy Shaker, welcome to today's video. If you are new, make sure you check out my channel, Belly Dancer Diaries. I have heaps of tutorials on belly dancing technique. I also have lots of workouts for you to sweat and have fun, but also to improve your technique, and discussions about being a belly dancer as well. Okay, so if you are ready to choose a belly dancing song, congratulations. That means that you are ready to do a performance, which is awesome. I remember when I first started belly dancing, it was a lot harder to get music than it is now. And so now we're almost spoiled for choice, which makes it a lot harder to choose a song in some ways. But once we find that song, it's a lot easier to get access to something we love, and that is awesome. So first of all, I am going to give you 4 different things to think about when choosing a song, and then I'm going to give you 6 different tips on where to find a great song. Okay, so number 1, and that is, what style do you want to do? So before you even start looking, think about what style you want that song to be, what style you want your performance to be. For example, do you want to have a fun, upbeat shabby? Do you want to do something that's more folkloric? Do you want to do something modern? Do you want to do something more traditional? Do you want to do something that's more like progression or ballady? Your style can narrow down your choice a lot, but has a big impact, because once you choose your style, you can then choose the rest of the moves. The whole way you're going to dance is going to differ depending on the style of your song. Okay, this is also going to be impacted by number 2, which is the occasion. So what is it that you are performing this song for? Are you dancing at a friend's wedding? Are you performing at a wedding of someone you don't know? Is it going to be a Lebanese or an Egyptian wedding? Are people there going to understand belly dancing? Maybe you are creating a solo or a show for a belly dancing festival. And the way you would choose music and the way that you would dance would totally differ between these. So for example, as I've said before, and we should all know, but we need to remember, at a wedding, you want to choose a song that is either a beautiful love song or something really fun and upbeat. You don't want to choose something like a breakup song at a wedding, please. If you did that at your friend's wedding, I don't know, would they still be friends with you? Yes, well, don't do that. But then again, if you are dancing at a beautiful belly dancing festival, people have a greater appreciation of the dance, so you can choose something maybe more creative. Maybe you can choose something more traditional that wouldn't necessarily get people up dancing and be really fun, exciting entertainment, but when you're at a belly dancing festival, people also want to be educated. So that can really work in that scenario. So yes, that's number 2, think about the occasion. Okay, number 3, think about the energy. So do you want to dance to something really slow and soft and melodic? Is that the way you dance? Or do you want to dance to something fun and upbeat and powerful? Keep these in mind when you are choosing your song. I know when I'm choosing songs, I like to choose something that has differences in energy and dynamics, because for me, it keeps it much more interesting. If the song for me is slow all the way through with the same melody, I get bored pretty quickly. Some people are really good at keeping interest through a slow song that keeps going the same the whole time. And their moves can be different, and I love watching that kind of stuff, but when I'm performing it for myself, that's not really what I like. Same time, if you want to choose something that's upbeat, you might not want to be dancing full on the whole time, because firstly, it can be exhausting for you, it can be exhausting for your audience, but again, it might not keep it as interesting if you can choose a song that changes between slow, fast, and different energy levels, because of course you're going to have to maintain your energy as well throughout the song. Okay, number 4, and this is really, really important, is the meaning. So as I said, you don't want to dance to a breakup song at your friend's wedding, but also it's nice to choose a song that has meaning for you. So if you choose something that is a beautiful love song, but you've never felt that type of love before. It can be very hard to dance to. Or if you're dancing to a song that's about missing somebody, if you can connect with your own feelings of a friend that you miss or a family member that you miss, it's going to add so much more to the performance. At the same time, sometimes songs can be a little bit cheeky, and if you don't have that cheeky side or you don't feel comfortable having that cheeky, sassy sexiness, you're gonna find it a lot harder to dance to. So they're the 4 things to keep in mind before you choose your song. Choose what you want for each of those, and then they're going to help as we get into our next steps of finding a song. Okay, so how do we actually find a song? So finding music is so much easier these days than when I first started belly dancing. I know when I first started, we'd rely on our teachers to find CDs for us, to tell us where to buy music, because we didn't have all these online platforms that we do now. So that is one of the first places that I look when I'm trying to find a song. So something like Spotify is really great because there's heaps of playlists, and if you look up belly dancing or belly dancing music or Rakshaki, you can find heaps and heaps of different songs. So I don't necessarily use the songs from Spotify, but I use that for my research. I know recently I was doing a solo and I really wanted to choose a nice piece of music, and I spent hours and hours looking through trying to find something, but in the end I found something awesome, and there's so much more available to us now than there used to be. I know back then when I started, there was like one CD shop in Melbourne that sold Arabic or Egyptian music, so we'd all be there trying to find our music, and of course it would be like 2 years out or 3 years out from when it was popular in the Middle East or in Egypt. So now it's heaps easier. So you can look on there for different songs. You can also look at radio stations. I know when I first got our Sonos speakers, we were playing this radio station called Arabic Mood, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. I can listen to all these songs, and I just put this music on and I'd come up with random different songs, and I just dance away, and it was so much fun. I haven't done that for a while. I need to do that again. Okay, the other platform that you can use is iTunes, which is great because you can buy songs from here. They don't always have everything available, but they still have a lot of music. Whenever you're using these kind of platforms, just be really careful about how you spell the name of the song. Sometimes if you're looking for a specific song, you might need to try spelling it a few different ways before you find it. So you can try spelling it into Google. I find Google picks up the spelling a lot quicker than these other platforms, and they'll give you different variations of the spelling. So just watch out for things like an H. Like an H can be put in lots of different spots. It might be an E-H instead of an A. You might have double A. And if you spell it in a different way to how it's listed on, say, iTunes or Spotify, then you're not going to be able to find it. Okay, third way to find a song is through YouTube. So if you look on YouTube, say for example, you want to do a veil dance, you know that's the style you want, you know that's the energy you want. You can look at YouTube and see how other belly dancers are dancing for veil. And often you'll be able to see their songs that they're using as well. So don't copy somebody else's choreography. That's just really boring. And also it's copyrighted too. It's nice for them to keep their choreography and for you to have yours. But you can definitely look up and see and get ideas of what kind of music might be popular for a veil dance, for a Shabi dance, for a wedding dance, all these different things that you can find on YouTube, and it's nice to be able to get ideas that way as well. Okay, number 4, ask your teacher. People ask me all the time, oh, what song should I dance to? And of course, I've got my own list of songs that I use in class, that we dance to in class, that I perform to. And so if they're specific and clear and what style they want, what they want it for, how they're going to dance to it, what props they're going to use, then I can often give recommendations. And once you have one recommendation, you can then think of other songs or find other songs that are similar to that. So for example, if I give them one song, they can then look up that artist and find all their songs and then choose one that they really love. Okay. Next one, number 5, is to ask other dancers. So if you have a friend who's a dancer who's been dancing for longer than you have, or who just listens to music a lot, ask your friend, what song would you recommend I dance to? I want to dance in a way like this. what would you recommend? That's a really, really nice way to find music as well. And also it's nice to be able to share these kind of experiences with your friends so that you can find something that you're both going to love. Okay, and number 6, this is a really nice way to do it, is to have a song made. You can find artists, really talented artists, who will sell you their music, and it's not that expensive, and some of it can be really beautiful, and you can say specifically to them, I want a song like this, whatever it is, and they will make that song for you. So if you are getting into professional belly dancing especially, it's lovely to have your own song because no one else will have it. You can create whatever you like to it, and you can get a really talented musician to do it for you in a way that you love. Okay, so there you go. There's my 4 tips on what to look for with music and my 6 tips on how to find your music. I hope these were helpful for you. I know music is something that I find really difficult, and it's something that I'm a bit of a perfectionist with, actually. I'll spend hours and hours trying to find a song only to find it's inappropriate because of the meaning. But make sure you do all those checks, because if you dance to a song and you don't know the meaning, it's going to look very silly, especially if other people do understand it and you don't. Like this video if you found it helpful. Remember to subscribe. We've got new videos every Tuesday. Click on the bell next to the subscribe button, and then you'll be notified of when they are released and what they are. And as always, happy dancing.